What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today I really want to talk about why you should be tracking your habits and making sure that you're actually doing the things you say that you're going to do. Because as a man, it feels very belittling, or you feel like a liar, or you have some deep feeling in your heart that you aren't living up to the actions that you say you're going to do, right? If I say I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m., I'm going to go for a 5 mile run, I'm going to come back, I'm going to eat breakfast, and then I'm going to go to the gym. Something simple. If I say I'm going to do that and then the next day comes and I don't do any of that, I'm lying to myself. I am upholding empty promises to myself. How is that going to make me feel? It makes me feel like a piece of shit. It makes me feel like a liar. It makes me feel like if I can't even hold my own self accountable, how am I supposed to show up for anybody else in my life, right? The most important thing is that you say you are going to do exactly what you're going to do. This is how you build confidence as a man. This is how you get momentum each and every day. This is how you build the life that you want to live, by taking consistent action every single day. Not perfect action, but imperfect action. Just making sure that you're actually living up to the product that you say you are. And if you aren't, you're going to stay forever in a cycle of feeling like a loser, a liar, and not holding your own self accountable. And how far are you actually going to get yourself in life if you aren't holding yourself accountable? You have to make sure that if you want to live this disciplined lifestyle, the consistent lifestyle, you have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent. You have to wake up every single day and show up for yourself, no matter how tired you are, no matter what the fucking weather looks like outside. You have to make sure that you consistently show up for yourself. And tracking your habits every single day, every single morning throughout your day, you want to make sure that you're hitting these goals, because these are small daily wins that create giant momentum, that eventually create giant big wins. I promise you, stacking the small wins adds up to something so much bigger. And where I was at in my life a little over a year ago is that I had no purpose. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And here I am making YouTube videos. I bought a camera. I invested in myself. I'm an online fitness coach, an online mindset and fitness coach. So I help other people create the best physical body outcome that they have dreamed of, a physical shape that they want to be in, especially a mindset. Because if you're big and strong on the outside, it means absolutely nothing if you aren't big and strong on the inside, right? Your body would technically crumble. It's cool to be jacked and all, but if your mindset sucks, your life's going to suck. And it's my job to create the lifestyle that you want to live, but by teaching you daily habits that you have to uphold for yourself so you create the own life that you want to live. But I promise that as soon as I started tracking my habits, that's when my life changed. I was very inconsistent at waking up in the morning. I was always so tired. I'd kind of wake up whenever. If I worked in the morning, I'd wake up right before work, as early as or as late as I could. I'd wake up, 40 minutes before I had to go, because I knew I could shower, eat, and just get dressed and leave for work. That's a very unsustainable life that you want to live, right? It creates a lot of rush and anxiety because you're waking up in a rush to get everything done. You're not taking any part of your morning to do anything for yourself. But I would go home, or I'd go to work, I'd go home, I'd come back, I'd play video games, I'd go to the gym, I played more video games. I was very consistent at being a loser. I had no purpose, I had no fulfillment. Video games was my fulfillment, but it was distracting me from who I really wanted to become. And I knew if I couldn't give up video games, that I was never going to become the person that I wanted to be. So as soon as I gave up the video games and committed to myself to being the most disciplined person that I could ever be, I knew I could reach my goals in a different way possible, because now I have more time. I don't have the video games to distract me. I know what I have to do. I know I have to wake up early. I know I have to take a cold shower. I know I have to journal. I know I have to read in the morning. There's all these things that you can do to show up for yourself. But I'm going to show you exactly why and how you can implement your own daily habit tracker. Starting off, the most easy, basic, general way is a notebook, right? Super cheap. You can get this anywhere. But you want to, and I just bought this because I ran out of my other notebook, ran out of pages. But you can buy this from anywhere. And I document my entire life. I document my day-to-day life. So it's like, example, I write the times that I want to wake up and what I'm going to do. This holds me accountable to make sure that I'm hitting each and every habit and goal that I want to accomplish from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then after that, I'll go down to the next stuff. But you want to create this list the night before. I always call it, planning the day before, the night before. So I write all this down the night before the next day. So I've already planned my next day out. This is what's going to create massive momentum, so you're not, slacking off, laying on the couch, scrolling on TikTok for hours on end, just bullshitting around, doing absolutely nothing, wasting your time. You're not going to get anywhere if you're wasting your time. So this is a strategic list on what's going to keep you busy and productive the whole entire day to make sure you are working towards your goals. So I have that. I also write down my affirmations at night. Things that I want to align my person. Like, what path do I want to be on? I align my affirmations with the person I want to become. And then I write down goals that I want to accomplish by the end of the week or the end of the month, right? And I repeat these daily. This is one way to track your habits. The next way, which I'll show you, is I'm going to pull up one of my clients on a personalized dashboard, which I'll show you what this looks like. If you join my one-on-one coaching, you get this personalized dashboard. So what this is Mind and Strength University is my business name. If you scroll down at the very bottom, I have a daily habit tracker. So what you do is every day, you want to make sure that all of these boxes are checked off by the time the day is over, hitting at 100% for your whole entire day. Your morning routine and mindset would consist of you waking up, cold showering, journaling, reading, maybe it's going for a mile run in the morning, whatever it is. You set your morning routine to whatever you want to base your life around. Make sure that you're getting your 10,000 steps a day in. 10,000 steps a day is just going to help you be productive and making sure that we're still working on our physical health, leaning out our body, doing our cardio. Making sure that we have our nutrition goal, our macro goal, whatever we're trying to accomplish in the food realm and eating habits, we want to make sure that we're always hitting our nutrition goal, because at the end of the day, this is also a fitness program, right? You're trying to get in the best shape of your life. You need to make sure that you're following your nutrition plan to the T so you can sustain and build these better habits to create a healthy lifestyle with the food that you eat. Your workout and training, it could be anything. If you're taking the off day, make sure you're getting your 10,000 steps in. And were you better than yesterday? At the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are always 1% better than you were the day prior. Because if you aren't getting better and if you aren't growing as a person, what are we really doing in life, right? We always want to be striving for greatness. We always want to be striving to be the best version that we could possibly be. But it starts with building and tracking your habits. Your habits are absolutely everything. If you're smoking weed, getting drunk, hitting your nicotine, and you're never working out, and you're watching porn, you're doing all these bad habits that lead to a bad lifestyle and bad health problems, it's like, what kind of example are you really setting for yourself? What kind of example are you setting for your family, your significant other, your future kids? It's like, you want to be the best version of you possible, right? You want to be someone that somebody can look up to, because at one point or another, we have all been in a very dark place in our life. And at the end of the day, you want to not be there for long. You want to get out of it. But it starts with building the habits. As soon as I started implementing the habits, I'll tell you this. I lived in Georgia. I'm from Nevada. I moved to Georgia. I moved back to Nevada. When I moved back to Nevada, that's when I really found my purpose and what I knew what I had to do for myself, because I was a little lazy, I was a little soft, and I knew I wasn't anywhere close to my potential, right? But I knew that I had to wake up at 5 a.m. So I woke up at 5 a.m. every day. I would do my 50 push-ups every morning, not to get a pump, but to get the blood flowing, to do something really disciplined to start my day. I would either do the 50 push-ups or I'd go for a mile run, one or the other. It was really hard. It worked up a sweat. It got my blood flowing, but it woke me up for my day, right? After that, I will go into the cold shower. The cold shower, super hard, super disciplined, but you feel so euphoric after. It's like when you let the cold water hit your face, your chest, your back, you move around in a little bit. Stay in that for 60 to 90 seconds. This is going to change your life entirely. It's like you have a whole new mindset. You clear brain fog, any kind of brain fog you have, because I'd always wake up feeling groggy as shit, but the cold shower wakes you up instantly. Your brain fog goes away, Your brain fog goes away. You feel so much better and ready to attack the day. After that, I get dressed and I would start reading. And I was reading, I don't have my book here right now, but Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And right now I'm reading Outwitting the Devil. But Think and Grow Rich was the first book that I started reading when I was on my journey of being disciplined, right? Creating the new life that I wanted to live started with me creating the new habits to create me into who I wanted to be, right? Think and Grow Rich was something that absolutely changed my life, because if you don't know Napoleon Hill, you need to get to know him. He has plenty of YouTube videos, but he has great fucking books that are going to change your mindset on life. At the end of the day, life is like a video game. That's the greatest thing, right? I've always loved video games. Life is exactly like a video game. You have every opportunity to level up, you as a man, every aspect of your life, to buy the car that you always wanted, live in the dream, city that you've always wanted, support and provide for your family, do all of these things. Life is the video game and you are the main character, but it's up to you on how you choose to attack every single day of life. Reading the book changed my life completely because it taught me the importance of discipline, the morning routine, taking consistent action every single day, whether you're perfect or not. It doesn't matter if you're showing up for yourself. That's the number one thing you can do, because I promise you, the world will grant you whatever you want. If you are consistently showing up for yourself every single day, no matter how hard it is, the world will grant you whatever it is that you want, because it sees how hard you are working. And I think that was the hardest thing for me to understand, is that it doesn't, nobody cares how you feel. The world doesn't care how you feel. It could be the hardest day of your life. You still have to wake up and do the damn thing. And once you start being consistent with a morning routine, that's when you finally start to notice some change about yourself. Nobody wants to wake up early, but there's just something about waking up early before the sun, and maybe even go watching the sun rise, that feels so good, right? Because you're up while everybody's sleeping. Think about how much more you can get done in a day when you're up and everyone's sleeping. I can get so much done. That's when I implemented and started working on my business. Because at the end of the day, my goal is to be able to change hundreds and thousands of people's lives, mentally and physically. If you're looking to get in the best shape of your life, I want to be able to be that person that you can come to so I can change your life. If you have a bad perspective on life, I want to be the person you can come to teach you better habits that you can implement to have the better perspective on life. So you can start showing up for yourself. So you can start showing up for everyone else in your life, your family, your girlfriend, whatever it is, your mom, your dad. It's like, that has always been my goal, and I decided to start my own business out of it. But for that, it took me to wake up at 5 a.m. every single morning and work on it before I went to my 9-to-5 job. And then even after my 9-to-5 job, I would make sure I'd go to the gym, I'd come back home, and I'd work on my business. Think about how much more you can do when you're waking up early, being consistent for yourself. But I think that really, really the number one thing was reading the books. The reading the books teaches you so much, and there's so much self-help books out there. It's like The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, The Think and Grow Rich. There's plenty of other ones that can come to mind. The Power of Now. But it's like, you can pick any of these books, just whatever one sticks out to you, something that you can relate to, something that's actually going to teach you something. Because at the end of the day, as a man, you always want to be growing and learning. If you aren't learning, how are you going to evolve as a person, right? So here's what I recommend. If you don't have any discipline right now, if you have no consistency, your life's kind of scattered and it's everywhere, you know that you're not doing enough for yourself, start creating a morning routine. You don't have to have the habit tracker that I have, because I've been using this notebook for, not this exact one, but all my notebooks over there that have tons of pages written in it. Write down your morning routine here. You need to write down 4 things you want to do every single morning. Maybe it's push-ups, it's the cold shower, it's reading, and then it's going for, a mile walk. It could be literally anything. Make sure you're creating a 4-step morning routine. Then write down your 5 goals that you want to get done in the day. Maybe it's going to the gym, you're going to work. 3 other things that provide to your goals, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Write them down. But starting your day off with the morning routine is going to change your life. Start creating these good habits with your eating, your training, and your mindset, right? Building these better habits is going to create you into the disciplined person that you always want to be. And unfortunately, as we grow, nothing in your life is going to last forever, because as the person you are, you might have friends or certain friends, a certain job, certain family members, whatever it is. You might have these people in your life that aren't always going to be someone. You can have a best friend that, in 3 years from now, they might not be your best friend anymore, because guess what? You were growing and they don't serve you a purpose anymore because you are on a different path than them. And it's really sad to think of, but that's kind of just what happens. You go one way because you're growing, and maybe they're going the other way because they're staying on the same path, choosing not to grow. If you want to find, someone to grow with, that's perfect. I would love to grow with all my brothers, all my best friends. If we're always on the same path, we can always keep feeding each other off that energy. The world and life, it's all about energy and how you feel and how you operate, right? You have to be on the high vibrational frequency. You have to give out that good energy, because like I said earlier, what you give, you will get back in return, right? If you're sad and down all the time and everything sucks, everything is going to suck. Why would it make sense that the world would give you anything else if you're already ungrateful for what you have? But if you're always so grateful for what you have, and you vibrate off of positivity, and you always know that life and the world is rigged in your favor and everything's always going to work out for you, it's always going to work out for you in due time. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but eventually it will, right? I'm sitting here making hundreds of YouTube videos because I know eventually it's all going to work out for me. And I am going to have hundreds and thousands of transformations of people physically and mentally. But at the end of the day, if someone's not in shape, I want to be able to help them get in shape. I want to be able to help them change their life, build the better habits. I want to create the smile on their face. This is my goal. This is my dreams. This is what I work for. I have a 4-year college degree. I'm not going to use it, because I don't need a degree for this. I have the knowledge. I have the experience. I have my own personal experience of what I have been through, or what other people have been through, what I've helped other people been through. So it's like, if you know that you can accomplish something, you can accomplish it. Nothing's impossible. You just have, if you think something's that's so outlandish, it's probably not that outlandish, right? Like, life to me is just being happy, being disciplined, always pushing yourself to be great. I have goals that are crazy high up here, right? It sounds like, if I were to tell this to my parents, they might not believe me, but that's okay, because I believe me. Maybe my girlfriend believes me. It's not always going to work out how you want it to, but if you're pouring into yourself always, it's always going to work out how you want it to. But if you need help creating a daily habit system, or building these habits, getting rid of your old habits, comment down below or DM me on Instagram, and we can look over whatever it is that you want, or whatever it is that you're struggling with. We can start replacing your bad habits with the good habits, because I want to see what's best for you. Because I don't want anyone to live a life that I was living, or going down the road that I was going. I wasn't like a bad kid or anything, right? Like, I'd smoke weed here and there, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I did no other drugs. I'd occasionally go drink like every weekend or every other weekend, and then I slowly started to phase out of it. But it was like, I just had no purpose. I was serving nothing to myself. And life got so much better when I started pouring into myself, because it allowed me to pour into my other things. Pour into the gym, my relationship, my clients, whatever it is. You have to pour into yourself so you can pour into other people in your life, right? That's just how it works. But I want to help you replace your bad habits with the good habits. So comment down below, DM me on Instagram at Brandon_Kearney. But I appreciate y'all watching this video. I love you, brother, and I will see you in the next one.